One of the questions that I am being asked over and over again at the moment is how to contour. Can I contour? Who can contour? Well, can I just say everyone can contour. It really doesn't matter your age or anything. This is something that is great for everyone. What contouring does is it really lifts the cheeks, it defines the face. I have been a fan of contouring since the 70s when it was kind of brought in by the likes of Charlie's Angels and things like that. So let me show you a really easy way to contour. I know that there's lots of videos out there that show you very sort of complicated ways, but I like to keep everything super easy so that you can do it when you're on the go and when you have a limited time, but still get fabulous results. So I'm going to use our contour, which is this one here, and it's fantastic. So let me show you how to do that. I am using a brush of this kind of shape. Now, the reason why is because I like to do it in two ways. So firstly, I'm going to take the contour. I'm going to swirl it around because I want a slightly lighter shade. Then I'm going to go under my cheekbone. So I'm going to go from this bit of my ear down. Now, I've got a round face, so I want to narrow and elongate my face. Everyone's face is different. So here is where I'm going to be putting my contour. If you had a more oblong face shape, you would go across with your contouring because you want to give that face width and things. So you can see how that is making my cheekbones just jump out. Now, doesn't that look amazing? Now, I like also a little bit more of a defined jawline. So I'm going to take it. I like using this kind of brush because you can swivel it around. So you can use an edge and you can use the flat side as well. So I'm going to use the edge just to go along my jawline to give that just a little bit more definition. Now I'm going to use it flat-wise just to do that because I don't want a go faster stripe there. So if you can see that, that looks, to me, I think that looks pretty darn good. Now, let me do that again on this side. So swirling it around, tapping off the excess, taking the brush so it is going this way, and I am just going to pop that on underneath my cheekbone, and then with the fatter side, just give it a little bit of a brush. Do the along the jawline and getting rid of any kind of double chins that you might have, or giving it a little bit more definition. And the key to contouring is definitely to go underneath the cheekbones like that. Now, you can do along your nose if you want. What you'd have to do is use a different kind of size brush. So let me show you that. So I want to use a slightly narrower brush to do my contouring on my nose. If I was going to contour my nose, same product. So I'm just going to tap it into the contour color. And then I'm going to run it down the edge of my nose. Now, this is not absolutely necessary, but, you know, if you want to narrow your nose and your tip of your nose, it's a great way of doing it. You can then take a little bit of a brush and use it along the edge to bring that out. Use a small brush to highlight the tops of your cheekbones. And so I've gone into this lighter color. In the evenings, what I like to do is put like a shimmery color there because that really makes them stand out. And then what I want to go to is the blush. Blush is really, really important. Contouring looks great, but you need to have that pop of color on your cheeks. So now I'm going to tap it into a bit of blush here. And I am going to smile. And then I'm going to pop that on the apples of my cheek. And the reason why I'm putting it on the apples rather than further up, as we get older, if you put your blush too high, what happens is it squashes down the area between your eyes and your cheeks. It makes your eyes look smaller. Now, I don't know anyone that goes, oh, I really want my eyes to look smaller. So by moving your blush down a little bit to here, rather than having it up here, it will give your eyes more emphasis. The other thing that will do is it will make your jawline look less jowly. As we get older, this can make it a little bit longer and look a little bit more jowly. By putting the blush up here, it will make this look elongated. We don't want that. We want to put the blush just here in the center. So that looks absolutely fantastic. Now, what happens if you put on too much blush? Let me do that and I can explain. So I have seen people going into their blusher and doing this. And then popping it on and just going a little bit too crazy with the blush. So I've gone a little bit nuts with the blush, as you can see. I'm really going crazy. And I look in the mirror and I think, yikes, that's a bit scary. This is where your foundation brush comes in super handy. What you do is you take your foundation brush, it's got still a little bit of the foundation that you've used before, or your tinted moisturizer, whatever you've used it, and then you just take that and go over your too much blush, and how super fabulous that goes away, and you don't have that clown-like appearance or that Aunt Sally where you've got that blob of blusher. And I like to finish it off with my Underline Paste Brightener, which is my favorite product to use. So a swirl of the Underline Paste Brightener underneath the eyes, along the top of the cheekbones, and there you have it, a really easy way to contour, blush, and correct